Hey everybody, so today is a special video, and what's so special about it is video 100 of my channel, or our channel I should say, Daniel and I. So number 100 video. When I first started this, I started it as my recreational destinations, and then we converted it to R&D Customs, as if you're part of the channel you'd know. But yeah, we are growing and trying to do 3 videos a week, and that's tough to do, to get content when you have life, you know, like I was out on business for the last 2 weeks, so that was really tough to get any videos. So I had to get a bunch of work ahead to put those videos out that I did in the last couple weeks. But yeah, video 100, and I never thought when I started doing this that I'd be working on a 67 Firebird for my content. So my son bought me this for Father's Day last year, and I'm really thankful, and it has been a pleasure to work on, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Most people would say, well, you're just tearing it apart. I said, yep, I am. But then you put it back together, and that's where I'm started at now, is I'm taking little bits apart, but I'm putting things together, and I'm really excited about that. But yeah, 100 videos. Woohoo! Here's to 100 more videos. Yes, it's Firebird Day today, so I'm really happy you guys are here today. I'm happy to be here myself. I'm in the shop looking at what I'm going to do for this rocker extension and patch panel. The patch panel right here. So I need to get this replaced, but I also need to remove this in here. And I have the new plate, the new panel right here. If you can see it really well. That has to go in here to replace that one, but all of this stuff is missing. So I have to decide how I'm going to do this. I need this section out in the front, and I need this section in here. This section right here, that's solid, but I'm thinking it might just be easier to remove this part right here, which is this, you know, to try to get this whole thing out and replace this whole panel. So I'm going to work at getting that apart today, and then, like I said, this section right here needs to be replaced too, and I've got this section right here to do it with. So I've measured with this panel right here in where it goes, and the dimension to the front of my rocker is correct. I've got the rocker screwed in here. It's not completely set. The inner rocker is out of place and needs to be replaced. Floor pan, obviously. So what I'm supporting the car right here, right now, on this brace, and I need to get this front built up so I can get my torque box on. Here's my torque box. The torque box, sorry, one-handed. Torque box goes right here. I need to get that solid, which means I need to get this solid so that I can put jack stands out on the torque boxes, so that I can do the floor. So the jigsaw puzzle begins. So I'm going to start today by trying to remove that extension for the rocker panel. So I'm going to get that rocker panel extension deleted, and then I can start clamping these things together. I'm going to have to do some cutting on the floorboards here. I'm going to cut this back away, and then I'm going to cut this rocker panel out of the way, because this rocker panel is just loose in here. It's not doing anything except for being in my way. So I'm going to cut that off back here so I can get in here and get this in there and get the whole front in and get built up to this point, well, to this point right here. So I've got everything so I can do that. But I need to get that done and then get the top, like I said, the torque box on and everything, so I'm good and rigid up here. Then I can move the jack stands up and I can start removing the floor. But I don't dare touch this brace until I get somewhere where I can support it up front. So this piece I'm going to do after I get this piece in there. I'm just going to leave it loose right here where I got to cut. But I need to get this piece done for this section and this section to be really solid going into this rocker panel. But the torque box is more important than the rocker panel right now. So first things first, and that is getting this section out so I can fit this panel. Right now with this bend and all this stuff right here, I can't even fit this in. I could probably cut it and then weld it down, you know, down here. But I don't want to take the integrity of the piece away. I think I want to get rid of it all. And it's not going to be fun, but I'm going to do it. So here we go. I'll get back with you in a couple minutes. This bracket in here that holds the door and reinforces the column here, this is in real good shape. So welding this rocker, outer rocker, to this panel in here is going to be really good because that's really solid. These tabs are, I'm going to have to beat them back in shape a little bit. They're a little bad. All right, so I lost you guys there. So it's always fun when I'm talking to dead space. So I got 5 minutes of talking. So I'm gonna go back, put a new battery in here and do it all over again. Yay. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the dying GoPro, but everybody knows in this business of filming YouTube stuff, the dying GoPro is a fact of life. Okay, so as I was saying before, I rudely dropped you with a battery change. I need to get all the rivets out of here. There aren't any rivets here, but then there's rivets, or not rivets, spot welds, I'm sorry. Spot welds down here, but I think I'm going to cut right here at this seam. I'm going to leave that in there, but take this scalloped piece off. And then I will get the spot welds that are in here off. Because this is all real solid. This is all real solid up here. And I really want to use how solid that is to mount and weld my other piece to. So being that it goes across here, and the panel, you can see it right here. That's this spot right here. This layer. So get this out of here, get this out of here, all the way up to here and down into here. And this will clamp against that. Oops, inside here. There we go. Like that. Up in there. And this comes back to there. So that goes like that. This piece down here is getting replaced because it's shot under here. This piece is gone. I have the new piece, it's laying right over there. But I'm gonna cut, you can't see it out here, but I'm gonna cut basically from this height this way. There's a bracket right here, a nice solid bracket I don't want to touch because that bracket holds my door and it is extremely solid. So I don't need to worry about that bracket. This bracket in here, and this comes all the way down into here. So this outer rocker gets welded right there in the bottom. That's really solid. And everything up in this post up here is solid, real solid. So I just need to get this bottom piece on. I really wouldn't need to change this piece. So I'll probably cut it up and go back. I'm not sure I'll take this out. It's really solid. And then I don't change my height. My height stays the same if I don't remove this. So I think I'm just going to cut this spot that's bad, which is on the other side of that. It goes right here. This piece right here, I'm going to replace. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to do it. That way I've got this brace in here that I can spot weld to. And then I'll butt weld the rest of it out into the cowl. So after having taken everything off with the hammer, chisel, I found that, you know, this, if you look from this side, you can see it. We've got raised material right here and here, here. So I got some welds sticking through that need to be ground off. But you can see, oops, there's a piece of that steel right there. But you can see I have really good surface to mount this rocker panel, and the rocker panel is right up against it. So when I get my holes or get my screws in there to do my welds, I got really good surface, and this is all really nice. So let me get at that. I'm going to put you up on the tripod, and I'm going to get it cleaning this up a little bit. Okay, so I've got a couple little things that got to be trimmed off in here. You can see it got a pretty good sized gap right here. I need to get this where it's got to go. I need to measure from the car out down to this point, and then measure from the car out here to this point, and measure the car out from that point, and make sure that I'm equidistant. I also need to figure out a way to make put the level across here and find out if the car is this way. So I'll put a level, I think, from this point with the screw here to that point. So I'll put a block here and a block there, put the level across to make sure where I'm at on the car this way, up and down, and then I can measure from the floor down. I'm measuring from here, from this point to the front of the rocker on both sides, and they equal. So it's not the same as Jonathan's measurement, which I guess is to be expected. They're different cars. But from the existing one that I didn't take apart to the one that I'm putting in, they're exact. It's 14 and a half. It's not 15 that Jonathan had, but it's 14 and a half. And it looks accurate. But like I said, I have a couple burrs in there that I got to get pounded out and ground off so that I can get this plate solid against this one. So I'm going to pull it back apart again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So that's fitting a lot better. However, I'm not in the right location. There we go. That's better down and along there. So I still have this one section right here that needs to be notched out a little bit. This right here is actually inset in there a little bit. In order to get this plate flat to weld along here, yeah, I gotta notch this. Because I'm really close right there. I got the rocker right here where it can be welded in. That meets up there really well. Right along here. Connects up to this outer rocker, which the outer rocker is up against that support that I showed you. So getting these two together is real important. So I'm gonna have to come in here and notch that. All right, so I notched this section out here. All right. So that's a lot better now. It seats right in hard against there. I got to cut, like I said, I got a couple of welds to grind. We'll get on that right now. But yeah, everything is lining up really good. Fits in there nice. Got my tracks for my wiring right here to go down. So, all right, let me get that buffed out. And I think we can be wrapping this up. Okay, so got this all cleaned up along this cut, down here, right here. along right here. Got those welds cut down. Looks like I got a little bit more to do right there, but right here, all good, nice solid surface. When I put this up against it, I put the screws in it, it'll draw, if there's any concave, which there is a little bit, it'll draw it out. So that'll be good. Okay, so in closing on this video, that I wanted to get this rocker extension off and cleaned up. I think you can see it's definitely off, cleaned up, got a little bit of, let me see. Okay, got a little bit of, trying to get the lighting right so it doesn't make a big pocket of, there we go. So I got that all ready to start getting it ready to get screwed in. So in the next video, I'll be putting this together and starting putting some screws to it. So pretty excited about that. But for this video, thanks for joining me. If you stayed this long, I really appreciate it. And we'll be back. More Firebird time.